Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, Nerd Mode On, and welcome to episode 20 of Battle Reports, a video series where I'll be going over a particular weapon in Battlefield 1 and breaking down the statistics of the weapon to provide you guys with a better idea of how the weapon will perform on the battlefield. So for today's episode, we're actually going to be taking a look at the MP18. Now in real life, it's more commonly known as the Bergmann MP18. Now, just in case you guys are not very familiar with this weapon, let's briefly talk about the historical relevance of this particular weapon during this period. The MP18 was manufactured by Theodor Bergmann and was the first submachine gun used in combat. The weapon was introduced into service in 1918 by the German army during World War I as the primary weapon for assault groups that were specialized in trench combat. The weapon was developed around the concepts of fire and movement and infiltration tactics that prompted specialized units to clear trenches of enemies or close-quartered engagements. Although it was initially designed with a conventional 20-round box magazine, the testing commission insisted that it be adapted to use the 32-round snail drum magazine. While the MP18 was only in production for a few years, the design was the basis for most submachine guns developed after the war concluded. A common myth that stems from this weapon is that the Treaty of Versailles banned the production and the use of the MP18 by the Germans. In fact, the treaty only limited the number of machine guns that the Germans were permitted to stockpile, and it had no mention of machine pistols or the MP18 in particular. Now, with a brief excerpt of the history of this particular weapon, let's transfer over to the variant system and discuss what type of variants are available for this weapon. The available variants for this revolutionary, fully automatic submachine gun are the MP18 Optical, the MP18 Experimental, and last but certainly not least, we have the MP18 Trench. Since we've uncovered the three available variants, let's break down what each variant does in respect to the weapon that it has been attached to. Starting things off, we have the Optical variant, which provides the user with the benefit of the inclusion of an enhanced sight, thus it provides the user with better accuracy at medium-range engagements. This variant increases aimed accuracy at medium ranges to provide the individual with a tighter, more consistent spread. Next in line, we have the Experimental, which provides the user with the benefit of the weapon being equipped with a lens sight as well as a 3-round burst trigger group. Furthermore, the weapon offers improved aimed accuracy and reduced recoil. And last but certainly not least, we have the Trench variant, which provides the user with the weapon being granted with better hipfire accuracy compared to alternative variants. Now that we've had the opportunity to further break down the variant system, let's move over to the weapon statistics, since this is the most prominent information that you as a player will run into while utilizing this weapon. It is worth noting that we'll only be covering the information that is constant between all variants. As you may have noticed, each variant slightly changes some statistics depending on which variant the user has selected. Starting things off, the MP18 has a rounds per minute that clocks in at 550. Unfortunately, this value is tied alongside the Ribby Rollies 1918 as the slowest firing submachine gun that is currently available in the assault category. However, a redeeming quality of this submachine gun is that it does have a velocity that clocks in at 420 meters per second. While 420 meters per second might not impress many of you that are accustomed with using the Scout or the Medic class, this does mean that it's going to be a little bit easier to utilize this weapon at medium ranges. Now, transferring over to the damage model, you guys will notice that this weapon does a maximum of 23 damage per round up until 11 meters. Now, after 11 meters, you're going to notice a gradual decline of the overall damage being outputted at range, and once you reach 42.66 meters, you'll be doing a minimum of 13.5 damage per round. Now, to put this into layman's terms, all this really means is that it's going to require a minimum of 3 rounds upwards of 8 rounds to down an individual player. With a weapon of this configuration, it is highly recommended to attempt a few headshots in there, considering that you'll be doing more damage per round, which also will reduce the amount of ammunition required to down an individual player. Now, moving right along, in Battlefield 1, the MP18 does utilize the snail magazine, which does grant the user with 32 rounds per magazine. Now, during your endeavors on the battlefield, at one point or another, you're going to be forced to have to reload this weapon. If you happen to leave at least one round available in the snail magazine, you'll then be granted with a short reload that clocks in at 2.1 seconds. However, in the off chance that you've expelled all of your available ammunition in said magazine, you'll then be penalized with a long reload that clocks in at 2.96 seconds. Unfortunately, this revolutionary submachine gun will really struggle to outperform the Automatico M1918 due to the insanely high rounds per minute that weapon possesses in close quarters. However, the weapon contains many qualities that makes it competitive outside of this specific parameter. The submachine gun is competitive in muddy trenches that surround many objectives or buildings with multiple levels. In addition, the ease of use of this submachine gun allows players to be accurate at medium ranges, unlike alternative weapons with reduced stability features. While the MP-18's lifespan in World War I was limited, the weapon played a significant role in changing warfare soon after its discontinuation. But anyway guys, this is really all the information I have for you. Hopefully you found something in the video insightful and or entertaining. But until the next episode guys, this has been NMO, and I'm going to be signing out guys. Peace!